My last question is about that one of our viewers that they send a direct message and they asked that question, which is like I feel that amazing questions. Like she asked, "You Matter Consulting Service seems to work across multiple sectors, which is industries and communities. Um, do you cater to? And why do you believe educational institutions especially need psychological and emotional consulting supporting today?"
So these are two questions, Salma.
Yeah.
I will answer them in parts. Let me take the first part.
Yeah.
You Matter Consulting Services, we cater to organizations, corporates per se, healthcare sector, hospitality, individuals, couples, because we look at relationships as well and coaching them in relationships. Then we look at government entities, communities, schools, universities. So we cater to a diverse range of, companies and organizations per se. And the reason is we are investing in people.
Yeah.
People drive these organizations, right?
Yes.
And these days, Salma, everything is replaceable. Whether it's work, it's relationship, it's people. So we are working on making this vulnerability their strength, right? So we cater to a large variety and a large range of people per se and organizations per se. The second is an important question. Why do educational institutions need consulting services? And at the drop of my hat, the first thing that I will tell you is it's because educational institutions work on autopilot. They have been in business, they have been engaging with children for such a long time that sometimes even when they think they're open-minded or progressive, they actually have a very tunnel vision, because anything that they have been doing and which has been working for them well becomes a routine, becomes a rigidity. Right? So it's like they sometimes are not able to see what are the other best practices in the world. Sometimes they're not able to see, oh, these things might help a child or might help my other stakeholder, which is parents per se. Right? So sometimes we need to show it to them that you are on an autopilot, you need to drop that, you need to relearn some of the practices per se. There are so much that's happening across the world. I'll give you a simple example. The other day I received a request from one of the schools in UAE. And they said, "Oh, Dr. Sonakshi, the school has reopened after the war crisis in UAE. And could you please do a workshop for our class 12 students on work-life balance?" And I had to write back to them saying, "Thank you. Yes, I would be happy to do it on work-life balance. But is there a possibility we can now speak to children about psychological safety?"
Right.
Because these young children have witnessed something which is, obviously hostile. And now they've come back to school where parents are both either sometimes celebrating that the children are going to school or sometimes even worried that they're going to school, right? So in such a situation, we need to make these students comfortable. We cannot have an ostrich effect where we say, "I'm not going to talk to the children about war because what if they start speaking about?"
Yeah.
Right? So these kind of things, Salma, is what schools are doing, which they sometimes are just working for a particular checklist, whether it's for an accreditation, whether it's for an institutional effectiveness, but sometimes they miss the larger picture of life.
Yeah.
Right? Where you have to engage the child for them to grow and for them to see themselves in a different light. So that's where consulting services are very important feature.